Shalom. Call hello Yahweh Bashem Abishai Bashem Bakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, among the heathen nations, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners. And to the Akwath that are listening and learning, to you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm coming at you with another lesson. And this is a video right here, or an event that took place back in 2011. And a lot of people scoffed. A lot of people scoffed the truth in general. All right, that the Weeby Kangs, Edomites that come on the comment board, and your Sky Daddy is going to come in a ship to get you. And well, you know what? It's to a lot of Americans and a lot of people around the world, it's not so funny anymore, because they're admitting that there are these strange aerial phenomenons, but we know that they are the chariots of Israel, and they are a curse to the elect of Israel, and they are a blessing to the elect of Israel, but they are a curse to the 2/3, and especially a curse unto Esau, Edom.
There's a new video this morning that some say may be proof we're not alone in the universe. A UFO in the form of a bright light is seen descending over the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem. The video is said to be taken over the weekend. Then suddenly the light shoots up into the sky. There you see it. Another video from a different angle appears to show the light doing the same thing. Those clips have gone viral now.
We got some video that's going to have a lot of people talking.
If everything going on right now wasn't odd enough for you, take a look at this. The Pentagon releasing these videos of what they are calling unidentified aerial phenomena. They were filmed by some Navy pilots for the last 2 decades.
This will wake you up. The U.S. military.
This is the book of Amos 9 and 8. And it reads, "Behold, the eyes of Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh." So he's not going to utterly destroy the house of Jacob, but some of the house of Jacob will be destroyed when this comes, and they're going to be destroyed. The 2/3, the elect are going to make it through this. But the 2/3 of Israel, along with Esau and the other heathens, are going to be destroyed. And one of the things that are going to be used to do it is the chariots of Israel when they come. And they're showing and manifesting themselves so much to the fact that they've gone mainstream now on both regular television and on the internet. All right. This is Psalms 104 and 3. And it reads, "Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters? Who maketh the clouds his chariots?" All right, because the chariots fly among the clouds, and they disguise themselves as clouds sometimes. All right, you can see funnel shaped and oval shaped and different shaped clouds, and all of a sudden the chariot comes from out of it, just like in the movie Independence Day, with the fire and and the cloud came out. And the chariot came out of the cloud with the amber, the yellow like fire. Well, the scriptures in the Bible to talk about that. It says, "Maketh the clouds his chariots, who walketh upon the wings of the wind, who maketh his angels spirits, his ministers of flame and fire." So sometimes you see fire from these things, these chariots. Sometimes you see no fire, no exhaust or anything, because this is heavenly technology, which is well beyond the scope and the mind of man, the capability of man. All right, as he's about to admit what the military guys are now admitting now, making it public record.
Has for the first time ever officially released several videos of unidentified flying objects.
Wow.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, look right here.
Just when you thought 2020 couldn't get any more bizarre,
My gosh.
the Pentagon declassifying 3 videos of what they're calling unexplained aerial phenomena.
So look at that thing. It's rotating.
2 videos showing objects spotted by Navy fighter pilots during training flights in 2015. And this one from 2004 showing an object about 40 feet long hovering about 50 feet above the water. Weird, right? Well, get this. The videos were previously leaked by a private company founded by Blink-182 rocker Tom DeLonge. The singer tweeting on Monday, "The Pentagon just officially released my videos." Just saying. So why are they being released now?
In the language of the U.S. Department of Defense,
They're being released now because they can no longer hide it, scoff at or talk trash about it. And the men of the Lord every week go out on the highways and byways. And I'm going to say probably about 90-95% of the times the chariots of Israel subject will come up.
these are unidentified aerial phenomena, videos which add fuel to the belief of some that we are not alone. The first incident was filmed off the California coast in 2004, an oval shape hovering, and in the words of the Navy pilot who recorded this, not behaving by the normal laws of physics.
Scientists have a mystery on their hands. Signals from outer space are being detected. But what's causing the unusual sounds, and where exactly are they coming from?
There is a mysterious radio signal coming from space every 16 days. It's been detected over the past 2 years and traced to a galaxy.
We're talking 500 million light years away. Something big is happening, and scientists on Earth can detect it.
And let's give you something to think about. There's no fueling stations or gas stations for these things to come that far, because they're moving with the Spirit of the Lord. And they're coming to make things right, to bring the curse onto Esau, Edom, and take them out of power.
Fast radio bursts were only first detected 13 years ago from immense explosions millions of light years away. The signals race through the galaxies and the nebulae, stretching as they go, finally spotted on Earth.
I can't think of a mystery that we've had this enticing.
And that last statement was a complete and total pseudoscience thesis, which means a guess. And it's a guess that's so far from the truth, and a guess isn't accurate, and a guess isn't truth. A guess is exactly that. So rather than saying guess, they say theses.
In a long time.
Hypothesis. Salakia.
There's been a recent spike in UFO sightings, but now some are reporting seeing snake-like cylindrical objects moving in the sky. One was even spotted over the state of New York.
It's the UFO there. In the shot.
The past few months, people from all parts of the country have claimed that they have captured strange objects in the skies on camera. But there's a specific sighting that is causing a frenzy. Take a look. The video, first published on YouTube by the user Tales from Out There, shows a snake-like stream of light spiraling across the sky. The user also claims that they saw a red orb-type object being dropped from the triangular figure just before they started filming.
Now, this is a story that for some may be a little hard to believe. Hear me out. U.S. Navy pilots spotting UFOs flying across the sky at hypersonic speeds. This is the United States Navy reporting this. And it's a story first reported by the New York Times.
No, we don't. We keep an open mind on it. We don't rule anything off, take nothing off the table with this. Our point really is that...
That's Tucker Carlson right there in the corner. And quite honestly, he looks very worried to me. And Tucker Carlson has actually talked to the apostles on the streets. I remember watching a video. All right, so he's very well aware of the Hebrew Israelites. The whole world is. Those who pretend like they don't know, what they haven't heard, they've all heard. And our message is simple. That so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and of course the scattered that are among the heathen, that look like the heathen, because this is a bloodline thing, not a color thing. Anyone that's pushing that doctrine is a false prophet. It's just simply unlearned, don't know what they're talking about. All right? But the Lord is for them and only them. All right? And when what the church refers to as the false doctrine of the rapture, all right, the only thing that's even close to that is when the Israelites get the 144,000 and the rest of the elect get beamed onto the chariots, which are clearly making themselves very well known. And they're seen as a threat, and they are a threat. That's why this is the real reason why Trump is pushing for this, or has this sixth branch of the military now, these space marines or space soldiers. All right? But how are you going to fight something that well, he explained to you. It can do things that American or no technology here on Earth can phantom. We can't stop on a dime and stay in the air for hours and hours at a time without refueling. Sit in the same spot for 2-3 hours and then zip away at a hypersonic speed from a standstill. You think you're really going to be able to fight?
Whatever these things turn out to be, there is a serious defense, national security, and air safety issue here.
So why aren't governments encouraging the population to, as they say about terrorism, if you see something, say something, report sightings to the government so we can make sense of this potential threat?
Well, we've done it and they delete our videos.
Have you ever seen anything like this before? I know what you want. I kept on following the 5 eyewitness news. I'm like, there's something so cool outside. It looks like a UFO. I'm not for sure, but it's moving so slow and it'll stop.
And the funny thing is, I got a video last night of something very, very similar. You know, Salakia for the glare in the background because of my light.
The Pentagon officially released 3 UFO videos, finally admitting what we've known all the time. The government has been concealing clear, convincing evidence that aliens are not only real, but they fly among us.
Interesting. Is that what this video shows us?
I mean, it's incontrovertible.
You take a look for yourself.
It says right on the
there.
screen, Pentagon releases UFO videos.
Find more at.
It almost looks like they're like
Laugh now, cry later.
Like it doesn't look like one unit.
As a matter of fact,
Now, with more on
that
this,
brings the
seemingly-
scripture to mind. She's scoffing, which is really foolish with the amount of evidence, but that goes to show you the mindset of the average American, especially the average Edomite. But this is Revelation 1:7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every man shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen." All right, because the Lord is coming back with the sword, warlike, to destroy, man. All right, and it's also, I love that particular scripture because it's so much in it. That scripture also proves reincarnation, the regeneration, because it said the 2 that pierced him will see him. All right, so that means that they have to be back in the flesh to witness his return when he comes on that mighty chariot from the clouds.
Out of the world story. Okay, John, are there little green men, Martians, walking the earth right now?
Go up a couple blocks. If you go up, it looks like it's shaped like a beam. If you go down, you can't see it at all.
You know what time?
No, I hope not.
Okay, let me make it just to be a little bit.
I hope not.
Well, I hope so too, but let me make it a little bit more professional. Is this really fact or is this science fiction?
Well, it's a fact that U.S. Navy pilots reported seeing strange objects almost daily between 2014 and 2015 off the east coast of the United States, in particular off the coast of Virginia and here in Florida. They say these objects were at both high altitude levels, such as 30,000 feet, and sea level. And by the way, UFO can be anything that can't readily be or be explained. Something that is seen, but there's no explanation or there's nothing to definitively describe that. But going back to this story, in one incident, an F-18 Super Hornet pilot said that he almost slammed into one of the objects, which he described as almost kind of sphere-like. And in that case, an official report was filed. And one of the pilots, Lieutenant Ryan Graves, who spoke to the Times about it, said the object he encountered was flying at, he said, hypersonic speeds. So that's in excess of 3,800 miles per hour. He said it had no visible engine or exhaust plumes, and that it was doing impossible maneuvers such as sudden stops and instantaneous turns, things that really modern aircraft, even our top fighter planes and fighter jets, are really unable to do, along with, he says, staying airborne for anywhere from 12 to 13 hours. Our stealth jets, as incredibly advanced as they are, still have to refuel. So this is pretty incredible.
So what's that's telling you is that the technology is garbage, and they're defenseless against the chariots of the Lord. This is Zechariah, the 5th chapter, starting in verse 1. I'm going to read to verse 3. And it says, "Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll." All right, you see that flying roll? That's from 1951, by the way. "And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth a man shall be cut off, as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off on that side according to it." All right, so when you stealeth, and who has gone around the whole earth stealing the earth, resources and people, stealing other people's heritage, oppressing other people's heritage, claiming to be making up names and titles for themselves and other people. Last scripture. This is Exodus 20 and 16, and it reads, "And he that stealeth a man and selleth him," Christopher Columbus, slave trade, transatlantic slave trade. "He that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hands, he shall surely be put to death." And the children of Israel, even Hitler said it, that America was in trouble when the world finds out that they had the Lord's treasure. They had the Jews, the Negroes, so-called, in captivity. All right, we're still in the hands of our enemies. They're guilty as charged. Call Halal Yahweh Bashim Abashai Bashim Rakakwadash Wa Ababa Ball Shalom.